All right, the stream has begun. Today, Thursday. I did not stream yesterday. Need a little break. But we're back on streaming today. Where we left off on Tuesday was this is like the third stream doing this low poly model art stuff, which is inspired by Nupsu. Links in the description. And I was running into so many issues. They make it look so easy on their YouTube channel. You know, they have the workflow figured out, so it was just me kind of figuring out the workflow. So on Tuesday I ended up ending the stream kind of defeated, not finishing the poly art, but I did some research. I watched their videos a little more and a little more and a little more, and I started thinking about what I was doing wrong to begin with. And I think I have it. I think I figured out what it could be. There's like some texture stuff that I was doing with the gradient, which I shouldn't have done with the gradient. That was causing some issues. Yeah, and then I think on Tuesday I also did all the UV stuff, which was like kind of like a hassle to do. UV stuff is always a hassle. So I was trying to, you know, do that and figure all that out and stuff. But now that the UV stuff is fixed and done, and I think I figured out the texture issue. Now it's just a matter of like figuring out how to texture this. I was using their texture as an example for it, and I can see how I was using it wrong. I'm going to try it, but I think I want to eventually figure out kind of like my own method to do this, but the way that they do it is pretty good. I'm using like a 2K texture, which is like, I think a little too big for like this low poly art, but I definitely am just trying to figure out this workflow and this process. So then, you know, just to learn it and get it. Because for me, it's about like optimizing this process. I'm all about, I think, optimization. So yeah, it's about learning the process, optimizing to like make this in like a very like streamlined fashion. But like I said, it ended up being a little harder than I thought, even though it looked easy. It's kind of like when you're watching sports, like ice skating or something. You're like, that looks easy. Maybe not ice skating, but you know, like a sport, like maybe basketball, like they just throw the ball, they put it in the hoop. That's all you gotta do, you know? So that's kind of like how I felt with the video. I'm like, oh, you just do X, Y, Z. And then you start doing it. And you're like, okay, there's like a little bit of thought process behind, you know, doing the stuff or whatever. So let's set ourselves up here and review our file before we start to remember what I did. Let me turn on my screencast keys. All right, so what I ended up doing here is we gave it the texture here, and it's all the same. And if I remember correctly, I set up all the UVs, right? See, all the UVs are kind of set in a way that kind of functions for what I need it to do. And then now we can just like continue forward. So the texture we had is not here, but we will add it. And that's in the node editor here. Hello, Spooky. Good to see you in the chat. How are you doing today? Also, Spooky, can you Google on why Streamlabs doesn't show YouTube emojis? You can tell me how to fix it. It's going good, Spooky. Going good. All right, so yeah, we're gonna add the texture here, which we'll add now. We're gonna use Krita to edit it. I guess I should just preemptively connect my tablet here. So let's do that. So I got this screenless tablet, the XP Pen, whatever. What is this? Deco Pro Medium. Pretty cool. So yeah, we're using a screenless tablet. So we can do this a little bit easier. Let me unconnect this cable. Hopefully the stream doesn't blow up. There we go. Let me get a pencil. We penciling it up. Well, it's not a pencil. This will be considered a stylus. Anyway, so here we go. So we got our right click. Okay, so yeah, we got a texture here. We're showing the model in, I'm in orthographic view just so I don't see any sort of distortion. You can see how it distorts a little bit. I think it'll make it easier to texture. You can see it here, just like a normal model. Pretty cool. We're gonna start off with the hair because I feel like that's giving me the most problems. Then we will continue. So YouTube doesn't provide an API endpoint for their party apps. So they so that's just, so the chat and YouTube is always just gonna look dumb with the emojis. With their third-party apps. That's lame. That's super lame. I feel like there's a hack for that, but that's super lame. All right, we have the texture open up here, which is like our square texture. Let me actually open up a different texture here. Let me make this down here for a second. I open up the right one. Open. Okay. There we go. So I got the right one open this time. This is like, has all my layers and stuff, so I can do this in like a smarter fashion. And yeah, and now we will blender. We will add in that texture. Low poly art. Texture, and then text PNG right here. Then what that should do is connect it there. It'll connect the hair. Looking a little scraggly, looking a little scuff. So what we'll do is let's take off that gradient, which is this. And let's do an export on that. Export PNG. Do the texture. Replace it. I hit cancel. Tell me. File, export, this, nope, PNG, this texture, replace it now, yes. Okay. Okay. Now we'll go back to Blender. We'll go into the text here. We will zoom out. That, it still has the gradient, but if we hit image, reload, it gives us a better look here. All right. So that's one issue that I need to fix. Then the other issue is that in this texture, this lot, the Nupsu, the person that I got the inspiration from, they use this line to do the shading on the sides of the hair strands, and I was not doing that. I'm like putting them in the center for some reason, when they really should be like up here, like this cut point here. So we're gonna start fixing that piece by piece. So we'll go into the UV editor here. I think this is sunk up, right? UV editor. We'll go to edit mode. We'll sync it. Nope, we won't sync it. We will just select the ones that we want and we'll start fixing it. All right, so let's see if this is gonna work. We'll lower this. And let's see if it'll work. So we'll grab these. This is a weird hair strand. I feel like it should be a. Do we just use triangles? Yeah, we should probably just use triangles. Like, what if we get rid of this point, this vertice? Oops. Does that connect to anything? Let's take off the solidify. We just dissolve the vertice, okay, and then grab this. We don't need this extra vertice. We'll just put triangles for there. We'll do that for the other ones as well, but we'll work on these 3 banks first. Now we're gonna unwrap these. So let's go and unwrap these. We'll hit U. Oh, I have it in my quick menu, so I'm gonna hit Q. Q, unwrap based on angle, and now we got our triangle. And now, oh, I may have to do this too. So what I was thinking is that it needs to line up, right? Maybe we don't need to. We'll shrink this hair follicle. And then the way that they do it in the video is we'll shrink it. Is upside down. So they'll do it this way. And then they go like this. They kind of line it up. No, no, it's not upside down. The other way. Oh no, it is upside down. Oh no, oh, that's why they have 2 maybe. Oh yeah, it'll be something like this. Well, they'll line up. We'll shrink it down. We'll shrink it down, and they'll kind of like line it up like this. Maybe I should just move some of these points. Make more sense. And we kind of make it kind of follow along this line. So that's what I'm going to do for right now. So let's do that. Oh my God. Oh, we're on face mode. Let's go to vertice mode. There you go. All right. So let's see if this is what the solution is. Okay, so they do that. All right, let's do it on the other one. Same thing. We'll hit E unwrap by angle. We will grab it, get down, zoom in, get down. We're setting up this angle here. There it is. Interesting. Right, and then we'll go to the vertice mode. We'll line this up so it kind of makes more sense. Okay. So that's what it seems like they're doing. It works on one hair strand here, so that's good. But how do I get it? I guess I don't need it to work on both strands. So let's just keep going, and then we'll figure out what the solution is. Let's go back to edit mode. Let's pick these faces, unwrap, or honestly, to make this easier, I should have just mirrored this. Can I still do that? I'm going to go into edit mode. I'll hit 1 for vertices, hit Z. So I can get the pie menu for the view. We'll go to wireframe. We'll hit B, and we'll select everything on the left side there. We'll hit X. We'll delete these vertices. Now the hair is half, and then if we put we go to modifiers, generate mirror. We can then mirror this. But then it mirrors in a weird way. Didn't do that. Oh no, let me do, instead of erasing the ones on the left. Let's go back for a second. Instead of deleting the ones on the left, we'll delete the ones on the right because that's what I haven't worked on. Vertice, then generate mirror. Okay, that's how you do it. I think we're getting a little closer here to what we want to do. Okay. Let's keep going. We'll go into face mode. We'll hit Z, go back into solid. Maybe not solid, material preview. There we go. We'll go to material preview and then we'll keep going. I think that worked. Let's do... So I guess the issue here is that the left side of it doesn't have... Let's just do this one. Okay, so this has an extra vertice. We'll make sure to delete that vertice. Nope, not delete. Hit X, dissolve vertice. That makes it so it doesn't delete the face. Then we'll position the hair like that. And now we will do the same thing. The 3 that we need. Then we'll hit Q, unwrap. Do A to grab all the vertices, and then we'll lower it and then get down. And line up the hair the way that we're supposed to. So I'm going to just move some of these vertices around. Matter. Have to make it look okay. All right, and then we would grab this one and we'll do the same thing. Let's erase the extra vertice, dissolve vertice. Grab it here. 3. Hit the Q, hit the unwrap. Grab it. On the other side. Shrink it by a bunch. Rotate it. These here. I think so. I think we're moving along here. All right, let's keep it going. Back. So I'm gonna put this in my Q menu. I think, or quick favorites, Q, show overlays. So I can stop moving my hand at the top. There's a Control S, we're to save. And we're going to keep it trucking. Going. Grab these 3. This doesn't have a point. So we're just gonna unwrap it again normally. Oops. We're gonna unwrap it again normally. Grab it. We will set it up here. Shrink it down. We did it the other way, like this. That's why you do the upside down. All right, we'll grab these vertices. See what this looks like. Looks a little jank. Let's see if we can fix this. Oh, it's upside down, so upside less, more. We're gonna move this a little further along. This, and then actually missed it. I guess that works a little bit. And let's move on to the back. I think erase this point. So let's see if okay, X dissolve. I think that's good. Some triangles in the back. So we will just treat this as one piece. Go ahead. U. Oh my god. Same thing. Grab all that. We'll straight down. See how we're doing this wrong. Might be this way. Down more. All right, so I think we're mapping this out a little better than we were doing before. I think what's getting to me is that this edge doesn't have. So what if we did this as one piece? Definitely cleaned it up a lot. I'm going to fix the orbs here. We're just gonna make them green for now by shrinking them, bringing it up to a corner. That should stay the same. Okay. Cool. So we're cleaning this up to look a lot better. We'll look at it over here. I wonder how solve for like dots here. Do we just split it? Just let's see what splitting it does. This is missing a point here, so we're just gonna hit K. that point, space bar. Now we kind of have like this extra piece here that we can do a thing with. So we'll grab this. Put it on the other side. Unless I mirror it. Oop, Control MX. Mirroring that. Go, and then I guess that's how you would do it. There. We'll do a little bit. Did it go all the way down? Good. Do that. Go all the way down for this one. Okay, I think we're shaping this up. Okay, then for this piece that needs it on that side, go to edit mode, we'll cut it like we did before. Hit escape, we'll hit K. To this dot and this dot space. Now we got this piece here we can deal with. Is right over here. Then we could do the thing we did before where we mirrored it. This might bite me in the butt later, but we'll zoom in and then if we need it, kind of like cut in a little bit here. Cool. And then we will select these pieces here, and I think we'll do the same here. Cutting in a little bit more. Okay. The dark spots around where we need it. All right, and then we'll do the same thing here. On this one, we'll go to edit, like these three, and then we'll cut it like we did before. We'll hit K, select that dot, space. Now we got these three pieces. This is where we hit Control M, X, we mirror it. Then we rotate it. And honestly, we don't need this until the very end. Let's do that. Like it should be very much split there. We don't need all of it. So let's actually take some of it off up here. Okay. And then for these pieces, like I said, we will maybe bring it all the way down. Bring it down more. Less so here. Okay. What's interesting is now this piece. We don't have that tricky line there. That. Cool. Now this is looking jerky. This. There you go. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. And then now we have this piece that probably also needs to be segmented. So we'll cut that. We'll hit escape. We'll hit K. We'll select that piece, hit space. Now we got these three pieces here. We can select this now. Give it the space it needs. Maybe we do less of it up here. Much less of it. Go. And now we got these three pieces. This is where we do the thing we did before. Select all, Control M to mirror X-axis. Then rotate this. We don't go all the way up. Thing with this. Cool. And then now we have this piece that I put up here, but honestly, I'm confused. This is the bottom piece. So we'll do this. We'll rotate it around. Go over here. We'll shrink it more. Like one of these, and then fiddle around with this completely. All right, so I already see an issue popping up, which is like the resolution that we have. Because this one's obviously pixelated and the rest are not pixelated. So we're gonna fix that by making it bigger. So let's do that. We'll select that up. And then because we have more space, we'll do Control MX. On the right side, we have more space. We'll that, we'll rotate it. This. Then we will kind of taper it off here. Okay. Cool. Cool. See, that's the issue we have here too. I think what we'll do is we'll also bring this down. Luckily this one messed up. We'll make it bigger so the resolution's better. Yeah, this is all sorts of jank. We're doing it. About bringing this guy all the way there. Cool. And this makes me feel like hitting. See, that's the way we have to do it. We have to bring everything down a little bit, and we can get some of that highlight. All right. Building it out. And now I wonder if I should get this piece. Make sure these are next. Oh, we may have to redo that one. Okay. We'll get this one. We'll bring it down. Get bigger. Little variance on. Like if the ends are splitting up. Or should it go up higher? Yes. Yeah, Lonnie, we're working. Good to see you, Lonnie. I appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, we're working on that. That's what I failed on Tuesday. I was like, I can't get this hair to work on correctly. So, but yeah, I think it's mostly solved, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I imagine hair is the most cases I'm going to deal with. Yeah, yeah. All right, the resolution's a little stuffed. Get bigger. Here. That. Everything I make will be bald. Problem solved. Honestly, not a bad solution. Not a bad solution indeed. All right. We can add in that again here on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this. Hit escape. See that those are connected. Let's see if we can hit M. Move some extra vertices. So that's good. What was I doing? Then I'm going to select this. Do the same thing here. Kind of gives it. Maybe we do it again. Edit mode control. We'll do it on this end too here. And the first one we'll do is this one. Oh, we may have to split it one more time. Yeah, so we'll split it again, escape, control R, again, escape. And then we will select this one. For subtle. What percentage of completion would you say the overall thing for this piece? That's kind of hard to quantify, but I'd say I'm at the halfway mark. If everything goes well, I don't like the halfway mark. I hope, honestly. I don't know. Oh, I appreciate that. When I'm struggling here, nothing feels impressive. Nothing feels impressive at all. Right. And I think I'll do it for this as well here. But yeah, hopefully, I'll be honest, I'm getting pretty done with this project. Not like the low polyness, just like, you know, when you're like making something and you do a lot of like, all right, I'll fix this later, and I'll do it this way because it's the quick way and it's not the proper way. I just feel like I'm building up art debt. I'm just building up debt work debt. I'm like, I'm in the negative. Something I see here is that there's like a different green that's going on here, and I think that's just because I added like a lighter green around this critter one. So let's take that off. This. We're gonna do the same thing. We'll hit save and then control export. We'll do the text. Nope. Oh yeah, yes. Hit OK. We'll go back to Blender. We'll go to image. We'll hit reload, and that should go away. There you go. A lot of the gradient stuff is what is really was messing me up. Okay, so that back hair maybe is a little too thick, so let's go into edit mode. Lessen that, but still make sure it lines up with the bottom ones. Oop, what am I meant to select all three and then get a little left. Okay. So that's cool. All right, and then there's something I do want to do with these all buns, space buns. So in the space buns, we'll go to, yeah, that's right. In the last stream I said we're just gonna use multiple textures. So I'm going to space balls, space orbs, space spheres. Yeah, we're gonna do a couple things. I want to add a gradient to both of these hairs. So we'll start with the orbs, and we're gonna have to just name this properly now. So I'm gonna select the hair, and we're gonna call this one hair base. Go. And when we choose the hair base, you'll see that it's the same on the space buns. Space buns sounds kind of like a sci-fi space romance pornography. In search for space buns. Okay, which that's basically all Star Trek. It's just Kirk looking for space buns. We have to travel to new worlds and look for more buns. Anyway, we'll hit this little button here on the right side. New material. We'll call this hair space bun. We're going to use multiple materials until I get better at this. Eventually, it'll just be one material. But yeah, no. What can you do? So we got the space buns here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up a gradient for it. Classic stuff. So we'll go into a color ramp. And we'll put the color ramp on it. And you'll see that it's just white. And then what we want to do is that we want a texture coordinate and a mapping node. So we will get the side, grab those, duplicate them. And Control D. We'll connect that. Then we'll do a separate by XYZ. Man, I remember the first time I learned what a gradient was in my computer class. Right? Gradients in color, gradients in math. Gradients is also a science term too. Separate XYZ, and the gradient is going to go on the Z axis. And then for the normals, there we go. So now we got a gradient that takes the color from the first color, black. You see it here. black and white. But we're going to change the colors. For this one, we're going to choose this green. And then for the other one, we'll choose the same green, except we'll make it lighter. Actually, let's choose the dark green. And honestly, I think I need to change. I got to do a color check on all this. I think I have the correct palette, but we will see. And then we'll choose this. We'll choose the lighter green. Now we got some separation of the space buns there. Maybe we can lower it a little bit around there. And then we'll do the same thing with the hair, except we're going to be adding it, right? So we're going to do some more nodes, some more nodies. All right, so we'll go into the hair. We already have the hair texture that's being made here. And we're just going to add it, right? So we're going to go over here. And let's take off the texture for now. We'll do another emission, so we'll do the same thing. Just to repeat it. To extend the length of this live stream. No, color ramp. Connect it there. Go here, boom. Boom. We'll copy these two nodes over here. That to the side, and then we could show you how to connect these nodes. And then we'll do a separate by XYZ because we only want it on the Z axis. Z is Z for all you Americans out there, like me. What was I doing? I make a joke and I lose my train of thought. Separate XYZ. And then we'll do it like that. And then the texture coordinate should be ungenerated. And there we go. And now we got the generated green here. I'm going to go back to this. I'm just going to copy this color ramp. And we're just connect it there. And that'll skip the process of color selecting. What's interesting about this is that we could do some like, let's see if it'll work. I'm saying it like it would work, but let's see if anything, if it won't work. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, I don't like seeing this. I'm going to hit material on the head. So we'll call this skin actually. And then in the skin, we'll disconnect this so we can see that that's a skin. You can see the separation a little better. All right, so back to the hair. We did the gradient. Oh yeah, the thing I was gonna do, the thing you can do is, should the gradient actually be reversed? Should it be dark from the top and then lighter at the bottom? Spooky, if you're here, in your hair knowledge, dark from the top, light on the bottom, right? Because if it's the other way, I think dark at the top. You said yeah, and I said two things, and there's a delay. So dark top, light bottom, right? Right? It could be done the other way, but it's more common dark top, light bottom. There we go. Spooky has spoken. All right, let me also make these hands their own material too. So we'll click on that. We'll do hands. Well, they're not the hands. We're just gonna call it white for now. White. We will disconnect this and make no color. They're like skeleton hands. Here we go. Okay, cool. So we're getting closer. I should probably put the reference next to it so people who are coming in can see how's going. All right, we're making the chibi version for anybody who jumped in. All right. Okay, so dark top, light bottom. What I was gonna say is copy this color ramp. I'm gonna do some funny stuff to see if it'll work. We could do something where we hit constant, and then we could like do another one and make it lighter, and we can desaturate it. So it's basically like, whoa, like a light green. And then we can add in kind of like a highlight that goes all the way around the hair, which I think is kind of fun. Something like this, maybe. Like, right, that looks obviously dumb. So if you change it to B spline, we double up on this. Double up on this. You don't double up on that. Or linear. I gotta head to the gym, so I'll be lurking my goat. Great progress, thank you. Have fun at the gym. Get them gains. Kill it, bro. Kill it. All right. Yeah, so we could do something like this. Also, we gotta take off this wireframe so we can see it better. There you go. Okay. That looks dumb. We could probably mess it up with a... I wonder if we can mess it up by mixing... Now we're going in experimental land right now. We could probably mess it up by a vector math. Vector math, where is it? Vector math. And then getting a texture, like a noise texture, and putting that into the factor. And then moving it up. Okay, and then the clothes are really bothering me. So I'm just gonna make a new material for all of it. We'll click on this. We will do, what is that? Jacket. Jackie is what I wrote. We'll do jacket. And then we will also just connect this, and we'll just add in some preliminary colors for now. That we're gonna put this one on the jacket, and then we will click on this, and we'll do body. Disconnect this. Get dark blue, doesn't matter. We'll go on this one. We'll make this skin. Do this one, and with body. Okay, so we could see the effect better here. Okay. All right. All right. So what were we doing with the hair? Oh yeah, we were seeing if we can make like a decent looking thing here. You can see we're messing it up, like in a weird fashion. I wonder if we just put it on the Z axis, if that'll work. We're experimenting. I don't know if this is gonna work. Math. Separate X, Y, Z, and we put it on the Z. Curious if we do some crazy stuff like this. Okay, this is turning out a little bit closer to what I was imagining. there. So basically I'm adding a noise texture onto the texture itself and multiplying the coordinates. But yeah, like, I don't know if this is gonna work. This is what using Blender is like. You're just like, I don't know, maybe it'll work. So let's see if we can squish this. Guess we could do that. Hair is ridiculous. We're not gonna end up doing this, I think. Not having my intended effect. Maybe if it was just a white strip that went across, that would make sense. But what if we also added a dark color at the end of it? Copy this. Kind of weird. We hit constant. It's just like way too much detail though. All right. Let's regress. Let's move backwards. Let's delete all that experimentation. And it's gone. Okay. That was a nice little detour there. We'll keep it clean. Oh yeah, I didn't do the Oh, this is messed up. Let's put this to 0. There it is. We'll save. All right. So that's looking cool. If I added another node, we'll copy this, make that the color for this one, and then make this one even more lighter. Then the back looks better, I guess. Transition is so harsh though. So what we'll do is we will go here, go here. I think we can add in a math node. Here, we'll divide. And then also bring it down. You can kind of smooth this out a little bit. Maybe that's good. Let's put a B-spline. We will put this down. Okay. We got a gradient going. And then we're going to mix this with the original texture. So let's here. Nodes. Get our original texture. Um, that, and then we'll do a color mix. We'll bring that here, we'll bring that here, and we'll bring that here. Now we have our gradient that goes from top to bottom, and we have our little edges that are back in, but let's see if we did a screen or a multiply. Actually, what an overlay. Any of these do. Divide makes it looks like got highlights. Darken, lighten, color burn. Do full factor multiply. Linear light, soft light. Value. Value is kind of interesting. Hmm. Color, it doesn't do anything right. Saturation does. Difference is crazy. Inclusion, divide, color dodge, green. Does it matter? Those no. Doing a math operation. If we like this and we wanted to, I don't know, lighten it up, we could do that, right? Oh, value again. But we reset this. That curve. I don't know. Maybe we just keep it on mix. We do the, yeah, the 50-50. I wonder if this doesn't even need color. So we're gonna saturate all this. Awesome. We don't even need the color. So we'll just multiply the color over the texture and then we can control the vibrancy here. Cool, cool, cool. We can actually probably just this away. Show how dark it is here. Dark front there. Probably do some crazy normal stuff if we wanted to, but I always want to overcomplicate it. these were dark. No, I'm just having fun. Not sure. Probably not gonna look good. It's very vague, but you can see that it gets light around the center. That'll soften it. And then after that, we can do a color, hue saturation, we'll put the value up. Super subtle. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna stop playing with this. We did object, but that generated. I think the top, fix that. All right, and if we turned on for the hair, we turned on the solidify. Bulked it out. Mirror on top. Doesn't matter. We'll do the mirror on top. Flipping. Then we'll solidify. Inwards. Cool. I think I like it. We're doing way better than we were Tuesday. Okay, and then for these orbs, I wonder if we could do something interesting here with the UV unwrapping. So right now, if we go into the space buttons, oh yeah, that's right. I need to also add the texture to the space buttons, color, a mix, that. We'll kind of do the same thing we were doing before on the hair. We just copy in this, go to space buttons, put it here. We'll put multiply this, delete this, put this, and good. Delete this. Cool. Then we'll look at our UVs for this. And then yeah, we'll see. We added UVs to this in like a weird way, like this. So what we'll do is we'll do an unwrap and do it from projected view. You'll see that that's over here. We'll rotate it. We got these orbs. we'll take this off for now. I think if we stretch this out by only the y-axis, trying to figure out how I can, let's see. Let's say if we do an unwrap by angle. Oh, I didn't do it right. Let's do an unwrap by art. Let's see if we just use different islands and we put it at different places, if that will make anything interesting. If we did stuff like this. Well, actually, before we do this, let's just make them all small. Go. What if we just did stuff like this? Kind of silly. All right, this is looking a little jank. I think we'll actually cut the seam a little better. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do unwrap. Oop, that's not what we do. Cylinder projection. Trying to solve something that take him over. We're just gonna leave that for now. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. Right. Go back to the hair, and I want to see if we can add in kind of like this highlight at the bottom. I think it's gonna work, but what if we could? All right, so let's select these faces, take off the solidify, and for these, what if we just grab them? Kind of did the same thing and then adjusted them. Do that. Um, the other one, if that's good. Grab these. Do something similar. I don't know what the hell's going on with this hair, but looks kind of interesting. That works. Hmm. Good work. Try a couple more. Let's just try the tips here. Hmm. One more. And then we'll move on. I think we're gonna have to edit this later, but fun. Tired of working on the hair. Okay. Maybe aesthetically looks cooler. Tips being that color. If we went into camera mode, got in close, change the camera to orthographic, zoomed in on it. We rendered out the size to be 15%. Hit F12. We got this guy here. Zoomed in on it. I hit F12 again. Interesting. If in the compositor, hold on. Compositor that makes it look a little crunchier. So we'll do compositor. We'll do new. I think there's a pixelate node. That look like? What do we put it to 2? Maybe we don't pixelate it at all. Kind of fun though. I think what gets me is the anti-aliasing. That's something we could turn off in the render. Anti. Oh no, it's on the grease pencil. Uh, uh, in the shader nodes, the textures. Okay, we do have it at closest. We did it anything cubic, we'll blur it out. Linear, closest. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Back to the compositor real. What if we increase the size? We also called it wrist. extend, repeat. It's fun at repeating. Brought this back up. Okay. All right. So we will just keep a pick plate here. Thought I was doing something. Not. There you go. Is there an edge finder? Fine. Aliasing. Put a filter. So bell. That's what I was looking for. They're normalized. Or map range. This is probably not gonna work. It's a vector too. Here. 0, 1. Hmm. 0 to 1. Oops. Girl, what am I doing? Trying to get the sill bell to work. That's what I'm doing. We just put, oh, that's, oh, here. Oh, that's what I was looking for. We did something like this. Hewitt. Same thing. Kirsch. Soften. Box. Diamond. Laplace. Sill bell. I think this is interesting, right? Like, what if we did something like a color? We did a mixed color together. Pixelate. Multiply. Green. We lower the factor. I don't know. Kind of adds a little fun effect to it. Anyway, well, that was a detour that we shouldn't have gone. Right now we're fine where we're at, right? Okay. Let's go back to the shader nodes. Let me just check something real quick here. Okay. Yeah, we've been working on the hair. Oh my. We've been working on the hair. Still needs work, but we'll move on. Let's do another one. Let's do the hand. The little skull hands right here. Let's go to edit mode, select all. Instead of this, let's go to image editor. Let's pick white. Oops. My tablet settings. Gonna go and then I back. Kind of silly. Do it middle. There we go. Okay. So this white texture, we're going to just erase all this. From this guy, erase this. We're gonna paint the white. Do fill. There's a fill here. All right, we'll fill this in. All right. We'll pick black. Plus the black. What does a little skull hand look like? Looks like a glove, right? Go back on this. Let's go back on this. Is smaller. I gotta look at a. This looks like. All these. I don't know. Maybe. Oh yeah, maybe it should be clean separation for all of them. So let me fix something here. My brush. Oh, it's already there. Okay. I think I'm spending way too much time on this. Let me just finish it. Of a solidify does. Put this dark here. The bottom. Turn on the solidify. Makes it a little bit thicker, but we're gonna have some extra materials like black and white. So let's add, go to object mode. Open up, add in another one. We're gonna do a new one. We're gonna put the emissions, we'll just make it black. We'll call this black. And then on the solidify, you can make it so the edges that it creates it different material by just putting the offset to 1. Sorry, on the instead of pure black, we will choose a different gray. We'll do the same. The other one, I forget that they're two different objects. Offset. All right, we got little skull hands. Boom. All right, keep it moving. I wonder if I could also add some more stuff to the hair. Going back to the hair. Didn't. Gonna do it. What if we went to the hair and we did some dark colors? Did it with like it works on some of the hairs and then some not. Do we're just missing it from to grab the to be new. Kind of interesting. And then these go down. What if we brought them? E. Okay, and we go back to the paint mode. Maybe a dumb idea, but we'll keep going. The Control Shift X. Erase it again. There's a different shape we can do. Circles. They're all not lined up. Like this. All right, we'll just keep it like this for now. I don't think it was a good idea. Ah, it's fine. We'll keep it as is. Okay. Let's go to the hand. The skin. Here. That's edit mode. Where that's located. Over here. Unconnect this. I can see this color. Think I didn't. Get this hex number. Go here. All right. Round. We put this to multiply. All right. Maybe that's good. I don't know. Do the neck. Here. Click. It is. And we do something. Got chills. We right click. We'll do multiply. The neck shading there. Cool. Then we're gonna go do the pies. This. Right, and then the head part, I think hit multiply. Then we hit F, hit all that. And I have this shading we want there. Cool. This. Like this. Regroup on that. Tired Human 5405. What skin do you have for Blender? Good question. I was looking through a lot of skins. Let's see what it's called. The skin is called Midnight Blue. I downloaded it from the extensions from the website itself. So like, uh, where do you go? That was the way I did this. Add-ons, skins. It looks great. But yeah, if you go to the website, you can download it. It's on this right here. It also here. That's funny. If you go to this, visit extension platform, see what it looks like. You can go to themes and then you can find it here somewhere. Probably like do midnight blue or something. Type it in, but it's somewhere in here. I have a lot of weird, fun ones. Like, what if we did something crazy like Neon Nexus? This would be like an assault on your eyes. I also have like this bright blue and green one. My eyes, I'm just like, I can't see. But I kind of like it. Like one day I'm gonna probably work with it. Cyanogen. I have Cyberpunk, so we got like the super red, strong colors, yellow. A lot of fun. But Midnight Blue is just real clean. I like it. I think getting away from the gray is important. All right, so let's add in a material. This we'll do body, but we'll call it green. Um, and not body. There we go. Body. Green. Boom. And then in the solidify modifier, offset the material by 1, so it takes the second material. That'll fix the edges there. There we go. All the bottom edges are now dark green. Well, that's fun. All right. Still deciding if we're gonna go into the space because I didn't want to stream for too long. What time is it? Streaming for 2 hours exactly. We'll see. We'll see if how long I keep going. Kind of hungry. All right. So let's pick a color. Let's pick black. What if we do the eyes? Soulless eyes. Um, Okay. So I think we might have to go to Krita on this. I'll try the eyes for like a little bit. If not, we'll keep going because I think we're gonna need some time here. So in Krita, I have the grid here. There it is. All this space. Okay. Then I think I had a palette here. Where's my palette? Docker palette. Palette. And I made a palette before, I think. There. There we go. All right, so let's just color this in with a base. And then we'll see what it looks like. We'll save it. Oh, what I really should do though, go here. And then I should save this in Krita. Open up there. Oh. Hold on. I want, oh no, I did the right thing. PNG, and then we will import. I think I gotta drag it in. Here it is. Drag it in, insert as layer. There we go. Follow this to the side here. See this a little better. And then we're just gonna do some preliminary stuff here. So we got the skin already there. And what if we did like a dark purple? I think this is what the eyes are gonna be. We're gonna use this guy. We're on our own paint layer there. I'm also going to do save as, and we're going to save it as a Krita, a KRA. Top. Save over that one. Yes. Save. Okay. Now we're set up. Right. The process. We're going to put mirror mode. We're going to drag the mirror right in the center of the line here. Yeah, we got the dark purple. We got our thing. And let's see if we can, if we know how to draw, you know? I've been practicing, but I've never done like a chibi type of thing before. If instead of the brush, I'm going to use dynamic brush. This. Maybe this will look good. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to look good, y'all. This is what would just, I'll do this off stream where I can like scrutinize it more. When I'm streaming, this feels like wasting time here. Okay. That. We're gonna add in a layer underneath. We're gonna do the whites of the eyes. The section here. I think it's a little off. Oh, I also. Okay. And then we got our outline, we got the white. Another layer. And we'll do it first dark. The lighter color. Have that outline. Cool. And then we will do dark again, but we'll cap the transparency and kind of get the top here. And then we will do this pink bottom. We will get the dark again. One of these. We'll get the light purple. Now those. Do a white people. Do we do white peoples? Is that a cool thing? That there. Okay. And cool. And then we will go off of that dynamic brush. We would do the light pink. We'll shrink it down. Maybe it shouldn't be the light pink. What we'll do is we'll add, it should be the dark. It should be the dark and then the pink on top. We'll go back on that. We'll save, do the dark. Let's do this brush. Let's, I gotta change the brush here for a second. Can't see my brush. Okay. This one, linear. Okay. Better. So yeah, we'll just do some of this stuff. And then we'll do the pink on top of it. I think that might look good. I think I'm liking it. Okay, we're gonna go back on that. Give you the light purple. Very light purple. Eating all of it. We'll just leave it as is for now. We'll just do it as a temp thing here. We saved it. Now we're gonna export it as a texture. Export. Texture. Save. Yes. Okay. We'll go back to Blender. We'll reload the texture. And it looks like the eyes look I don't know, not big enough. Can I just move? Hold on. Can I just maybe able to fix this without going back into grid? I forbid. Go to this. He'll look angry. Riser. This. Which is it only one? So they're both kind of the same. Super weird. For here. Like if we move these. Just double the eyes. Okay. Let's go back to Krita then. I wish the transform tool in Krita had it so it can transform in a mirror. Wouldn't that be cool? All right, let's do this. Let's select all of these guys. Let's delete the other half. Do that. All of it. Delete the skin. Cool that. We'll hit this. We'll select this. Control T. We'll fix the eye to a little better. We'll make it bigger. We'll lower it down to here. Put it there. We'll apply. We will duplicate that by doing Control J. Is that what it is? Control T again. Oops. Hold on, hold on. We're going to select, undo that. Okay, we're going to select all of them. All get selection. Backspace to delete. Why does it delete this? This is the skin. White, that. This, and select. Delete. Oh, is it shift delete? Oh, it should just be delete. I'm pressing the wrong button, guys. Okay. And then we'll do S, this, Control T, move it, hold shift, get larger. It'll look weird at first, but we're just trying to figure out where the eye placement's supposed to be. Do that. We'll put this in a group. We'll right click on this, group, there. We're gonna duplicate this group. All right, and then Control A, Control T. There's a thingy over there, which I duplicate. Why would that? I'm stumbling. So let's just do this. Get this. Go to the brush, delete this malarkey, and duplicate it. Then Control T. Beautiful. Go move it to the side, right click, rotate horizontal. And hope that I'm at like the right distance here. This, we're gonna save, we're gonna export. We're gonna export it to the texture, hit yes, blah, 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 okay. Now we bring it back to Blender, we go to image and we go to reload. Okay, she's missing her eyebrows. Put some eyebrows on there. We'll bring back to mirror mode. We'll put in our brush. Right one. Get the darker color. We want bigger. Let's just, once again, this is all temporary. We're gonna, are big brows good? I think so. The different shortcuts are different for the different programs. Messes me. She was cool when she had to cut on her. Or is it at the end that it should be? Like, it doesn't matter because we're not keeping this. We're just gonna see where this is at. Export. Texture, yes. Okay. Back to Blender. Load. Okay, okay. Think we're getting somewhere. The chin too pointy. Also, what happened to the hair? Oh, because this is on. Do this again. Export. Sure. Okay. Image. Reload. Oh, okay. Right, let's see about adding a. Oh, I did forget to put this to full screen. You have a couple more pixels there. Okay. All right, let's just make a different layer. And get our thing, pick that. Do like a little line here. We'll take off the little triangle. Erase it. And then we will then mirror again. We will hit shift. Give her a cat mouth. Just to see. Hit save. Export. We'll do it again. This should just be like macro or something. Text. Hit yes. Okay. We'll flip back. Image. Reload. It looks good in the front, but I feel like we need more. Like, is the pointy chin good? Ugh, it's fine. We'll keep it going. Cool. That ended up better than I thought it was gonna be. I think, did we edit this? If we made her face flatter, that worked better. Do it on the Z. Nope. The X. Nope. The Y. Even changed a lot. Let's isolate this. Like if we just flattened out her face. Like what if we just flatten her face? Let's see what that looks like. You select all faces. If you ever want to flatten anything, you hit scale and then put 0 and then put it on the direction you want to do it. I flattened out her face. uh you can tell it's flat from the side. And then if we got the points here, like let's say this point, like all the points around except for the chin, we hit G twice, scale this back. Oh, it should also be the top one. Maybe that's not good. Go back. Definitely a little too pointy. Let's just grab the edges. Grab it on the Y. I'm like, should we split it up? Like, should we just hold Alt, grab all that, hit Control B, kind of like split it? Feel better? No, that's stupid because now it's like getting into okay. So maybe we should split it, but only as far as the mouth here. And then we'll isolate and smooth it. We're gonna select all the faces. I forgot what the key is for smoothing, so I'll hit F3 to look for a command. We'll type in smooth vertices. There we go. We smoothed it. Kind of like soften the curve. Or maybe we should do it for all of it. So I think Shift R. Does Shift R repeat something? Or is it Control Shift R? Yeah, Control Shift. Okay, we'll do what it Control V. Smooth vertices. Oh, we forgot to select all of it. Shift Control V, smooth. Okay, let's smooth it out a bit, and then we could scale her up. I think her chin needs to go down more. I'm gonna have to like redo this face. Fix it now though. I think this is better. And then we'll get the edge mode and we'll select the top. We'll slide it. Doesn't slide. Oh, it does slide. Slide like that. Right between the brows. It just looks so weird side. Like like vertices. Like, oh, okay, no. Like, did these points just slide up? Why are they sliding? Okay, this is thing. Okay, so obviously the eyes are messed up, so let's see if we could fix that by just doing one of these and then projecting from you. Oh, I think we can move on. I think this is a good placeholder for now. All right. Let me take a little breather by drinking some coffee and drinking some water here. Let me think about what I've done. Man, my hand's cramping up. I gotta do some hand exercises. All right, let's bring her back. Isolation. Go. Cool. Cool. Crack the knuckles. Contemplate my feelings. These skull hands should be a little down. Let's grab the, bring them down. Then I'm gonna hit, what is it? The period. We'll do individual origins and then rotate the that. I should probably flip these. Can I mirror this? If I hit Control M, we do Shift X. Which is Y. I thought there was a way to mirror this on the other side of the x-axis. Yeah, mirror on the global X. Oop, that didn't work. Is it by the origin? So if we put the origin at the 3D cursor, oh, that messes this up. Honestly, we'll just do this by hand. Like trying to figure out the min-max way to do this. So let's just do it by hand. We will. But actually, maybe we will min-max this. But if we go to constraint, add constraint, copy rotation, we're going to copy the rotation of this guy. Gonna invert them. Hold on. Do target local space. A copy transform. That did it. Cool. We're gonna do it. We're gonna min max it with copy transform. All right, so we're gonna duplicate this guy. Then we'll do copy transform like this guy. Oh, this is dumb. Not min max. Doing it by hand. Wasted time. Here we go. There. See? Took like 10 seconds. I'm over here trying to figure it out how to do it without like ugh. So we're gonna just copy the x-axis stuff. So we'll do this one. We'll do it here without the negative. And then the height will be the same. So we'll copy this one, that one. And I think the rotation will do negative here. So 58 is on that one, and then negative 58. Go. And that should maximize. You're still live. Yes, Lonnie, welcome back. How was the gym? How was getting those gains? Hope you had a good time. You're an inspiration, honestly. Like I should hit the gym. Ugh, all right. I'm so tired. That's good. That means you'll sleep better. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Let's keep it going. Let's do the shirt now. Let's bring back the pants and the shirt. Let's see if we can do that now. So we're gonna select that, go into edit mode, and now we see, oh, the pants, it's like sideways. Boo. Okay, it's okay. We're going to get the skin color, and we're gonna go into texture paint mode. Gonna switch to critical real quick. There's something I have to do there. Okay. Now this, like that. Okay, Control Shift X. And we'll change to mix. We'll color. Why isn't this? Oh, because we don't have the texture attached in the shader. All right, so in the shader of the body, we'll delete this malarkey. This malarkey. We'll grab this. Hit G, we'll bring it over. And we'll start going. That, and now we paint this. It should where we need. Okay. Just judging from this down. We're probably gonna do it from the middle there. Yeah, right down the middle, I think, would be the pants portion. Then if we did the window, le, le window, looks pretty bad. Is it these two? Okay, it would be there. We would do it much smaller, so it's cuter. Be like around there. I'm just kind of mapping out where this is at so I can do it in Krita. Do that, and then yeah, it would be right beneath that line. This. Okay. And then I should really paint the neck to have. Nah, no. Okay, so that. And then not to get super detailed here, but so that's black. And then pants are split in the middle here between two different colors. The green to the left, yep, there, and then the black. Okay. Now I think we can go to Krita. What we'll do is we'll hit save on this. Then we'll go to Krita. We will open up that texture. We'll drag it in. Put it there. That looks good. We'll replace this bottom one. Cool. We'll bring this back up. And then we saw that it was sideways, right? So we'll rotate the entire image counterclockwise to the left. And we got the pants here, okay? Then we will zoom in and we'll use some tools here. We'll use the mirror. Mirror it. If I remember correctly, it's here. Yep. Okay. And then I will change the pen. We will choose the color. I'm going to use the dynamic brush. We'll zoom in. We'll do a little window here. Right. Cool. Cool. And then I'm going to add in a, what is it? Is it a perspective grid? Hello ruler. We'll set that here. This is how we'll cut the this. It's not snapping because it needs to be snapped to assistant on the right side there. Who would have thought this is a Krita channel now? Okay, so then this line here, where that goes. We'll do one more. One more. Cool. And then we'll take off mirror. We will take off this parallel line. So let's go back to our perspective. Delete that and make a new one. Down. Right? We'll do this again. We'll set up a line here. Gray. We will make this smaller. We'll zoom in. I think we go to the bottom. Let's go to the bottom. Cool. And I think the left side is green. So this time we're gonna just use kind of like the green we got going on here. Oh, this sucks. I'm painting on the thing. It's fine. We're committing. So we'll continue painting. Okay, we'll click on that. We'll do fill the foreground. This. I don't know why I chose that. Let's do this. Like that. We'll zoom in on here or get rid of these pixels. Oh, off snap. Those there. Okay. Then we are going to take this perspective here. And then we will save this, not delete this, export this now. Export texture. Okay. Back out. Image reload. It's sideways. So her face is now her body. We'll do Control Tab again. No, Alt Tab. We will rotate this back to the right. Then export. And hit OK. And then reload. Okay. So I think that's good. It should go all the way around. I think we're making some progress here. There should probably be more midriff. We'll do that. Add a belt. Okay. We can keep it going. So get that image, rotate it left. Bring this back up. And we'll do some of the box selection here. We're going to select this background. What we want to do is grab this, Control T, grab it, back to B, shift, this. Oh, this doesn't need to be gray. It should actually be green, but fine. That, we'll select that, hit F, in. And I think this should be up higher. Like this. E, hold shift. Up here. Go to B, shift A. Fill that in. Then fill in this green all the way across. So let's do that. like the green all the way across. Cool. And then we also want to add in a black belt. Honestly, we'll do the black belt. That's gonna go across the whole thing. We'll do this, that. We'll make a little thin belt here at the bottom. Not a belt, but kind of like the pants seam. Real thin. There. Yay. And we will grab this. We'll scale it up. Enter. Save. Image. Rotate. To the right. That off. Export. See where we're at. That's better. What's weird is the back. It doesn't go all the way to the back. Let's go to this. What are these? Go to the UV editor. Figure out where these guys are at. Oh, they're over here. Stupid. Grab those guys and we'll make them green. There we go. Cool. And what are the? Where are the guys? What if we made this guy's skin color? Eek. No, we won't use this. We use the hand. Thing with this guy. There we go. The same. This one. Now she looks like she got little sleeves. Well, not sleeves, or little hooks around. All right. Cool. I think we should make the window bigger. The strip at the bottom should be a little bigger. And we should also, looking at this, maybe we can add the webbing. Not sure if it'll read, but we should add the pockets. Pockets would be, let's see where they would be. Okay, it would be right there. Just this. Yeah, something like that, right? A half dome for the spider web stuff. Be something like circle here. Nope, circle here. Maybe it's up here. Like, something like that, right? It kind of translates. Like a belt buckle here, right? Okay, I think that's all the things that we'll need to add there. So let's undo all this. Oops. Undo all that, and then we'll do it in Krita. We'll switch over. Same thing. We'll go to image, rotate to the left. And we will go in and we'll do the things. Does this look worse? Oh, it did look what I pressed. Anyway, it's fine now. We will do one of these. We'll do that. We'll make sure that the ratio is 1 and that we go like this. Oh my god, where'd I go? Okay, it's control. So we'll go here, we'll do fill with the foreground. Go here, we'll hold control. We'll select what does she? What's a heart? Okay, we'll do the heart. So what we'll actually do a mirror here. I'm gonna go back to the dynamic brush. We're going to select fill tool. And we'll actually just make this heart super visible. But we'll do this on a separate layer, so we actually have some control over this. I'm gonna select the lighter color. Try to make it a sharp heart. There. We'll do these. That. And we'll make this like a shiny thing. So we'll take off the mirror. Just add in a couple little shiny glints. Like that. Switch over to brush. Let's change settings for our brush. All right. Cool. So that's there. Then that half dome, not half dome, but the pocket. Gonna go like right here. Oopsies. If I hit this, on background layer, we'll do this. All right. Put this in. We'll add in a little highlight here. Okay. So that can look like the pocket. Um, and then, like I said, we'll add in the block color here. Cool. And then we will add the spider webs. That with this brush. Then all I'm doing is like some W's. Or I could do this a different way, like probably make some uh circles and then use the move brush. But we'll just keep doing it like that, and then we'll do something. And honestly, it doesn't have to make sense. Gotta get the swoops. Whoop, 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 whoop when the line crosses. Gravity's going down. I can hear spooky monster stream. Sounds like a scary game. I just needed to have this texture here. Doesn't have to look beautiful. Get any extra details here, maybe? I don't think this is an cool. And then I'm gonna use the airbrush flare. But high black. what this looks like. Straight across. We'll lower the opacity. Straight across, opacity. And then I'm gonna go to blur. Blur the crap out of this. Kind of created a gradient there. And then I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna go back to the airbrush. The color. I'm going to do the wand. So like this. Select. And I'll add. Let's do color dodge and there it is. I'm gonna lower the opacity. That. Strokes of that, and then stroke here. We'll take that and blur it. I don't know. I'm just trying to add some depth to this thing. Okay. So we'll hit save. We will rotate the image. We'll rotate it to the right. Save, file, export, text, sure, yes, okay. Blender, and then seeing the face all panicked out is so funny to me. And then we'll reload, and then we got her pants. Little gradient, little depth. See what this looks like. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Now, what I want to do is one last thing. Rotate to the left. Here. This. Brown. Brown. Control T. Hold. Oops. Hold Shift. A. Save. Export. Texture. Oh, I didn't rotate it back. Image, rotate, left, rotate to the right, save, oh, export. Yeah, this is so many buttons. Press. Yeah. Cool. I think that's good. He's turning out. All right, so we're gonna get the leg now. We're gonna see where those UVs are. Edit mode. And this will be easier because what we'll do is we will reuse some textures here. All right, so we'll rotate this on the 90. Nope, we'll rotate this 180. There we go. Then what we can do is We can literally use the skin on her stomach to imitate the how do I say this? The stockings. Same texture. Okay. Cool. And then her shoes are going to be black. So we'll go here. We'll select this. We'll see where those are located. This is it. Go to paint mode. Black. Gotta go back to critical just for a second here, just to switch my pen mode. Okay. Oh, we got Le Crux. We'll make this little bit here black as well. Here's the back half of the Crocs. All right, all right. See if we can add some depth here. Then we got this airbrush. Airbrush. Picked white. That's that way. So what we'll do is a couple things here. We'll make this much softer. Figure out where the fronts of the shoes are right here. Oh, the tops are still black. Oh, forgot about that. Okay, so let's go to edit mode, find out where these guys are at. Okay. There, go to UV editing. Here they are. See how this looks now. Let's go back to paint. In. Bigger. The painting in a little rough. It's crazy how the tiny details you add really blow it up to another level. Yeah, it is. When I was like learning this stuff, that is like the most surprising thing. Like even like while you know it, it's still pretty unbelievable. Like I remember when back in the day I wanted to like make like get pictures of people and then add like little seams on their body so they look like androids or robots and stuff. And to do that effect, all you literally need is like a black line and then a white line on one on a side of that black line, and that like shows that like the light is catching on the edge. And it's just like two colors, but it looks like, oh my god, it looks like a panel. I made this. Whoa. So agreed. Yeah, it's crazy what how small the details are that can like elevate something to like a whole nother level. I agree, is what I'm saying. The big thing to say. I agree. Like I think we could do it here. Let's see if I could prove exactly what I'm talking about here. So we'll make a line across here. Um, and we'll make a brighter line. Oh shoot, look closer. Now it looks like it's sticking out, so it should be at the bottom. Yeah, it starts to look like it has an actual indent. The color is just off, so let's use just a slightly brighter color. Also doing this in Blender, which is a lot harder. There you go. Now it looks like, you know, that's cut in and it's catching light there. Pretty interesting. Cool. Very much is. X. Let's make it a little darker here. Oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. What happens when you switch between two programs? Like the shortcuts are not the same. All right. Um, I don't know about the line, but we could start doing the circles that are on Crocs. Gotta find out where these circles go. Uh, do this white color so we can see it. Okay, so all this is at the bottom, right? All this at the top. So it's up here. It's these. Ah, but it doesn't go all the way at the top. I guess it doesn't need to. Okay, this is good. All right, let's do the circles. And the circles will be doing the same thing, like with the line. So you'll make like the white circles first. Let's make all the white circles. They're stretched out, but who cares? So done. All right. Not all the way over there. Not all the way there. So it's mostly these here. All right, so we got the Crocs. And then we'll just get black now. Gray. Go over this dots again. From the above. Yeah, so it'll be above. Maybe it should be black. The right to the left. So maybe it's on the left side. We'll do left side to see how it looks. Then we'll do right. I think the gradient's getting screwed up there. Let's do the gradient. Let's just do the color that it is. There we go. I might redo all this in Krita, but it'll be nice to have a template and where it's at. Rock holes. I wonder if we could just move this to it and then just, I mean, I have to do extra work right now. The Crocs. They look silly. I might redo this, but it's getting somewhere. All right. I think we have the jacket left, but I'm getting so hungry. May just leave the jacket for the next stream tomorrow. I'm gonna hit save. Let's hit render. Looking cute, looking fun. Think we can lower this. Sideband. This. Yeah. To redo the face, but I think we're getting there. And then what else? Well, we should add some depth to like the shirt, but I might just stop soon. But yeah, it's just a solid color. Let's go to the compositor. See what the pixelation filter stuff looks like. Too pixelated. Take off the filter. There we go. We can start looking like a video game. Let's let me render out a preliminary camera rotation. So what I'm gonna do is to get my camera, put the extras on so I can see the camera. I'm gonna hit Control A, put an empty plane in the center. We'll move this to utilities. We'll call this cam control. We will parent this, so we'll select the camera, then empty. We'll do Control P to parent, vice versa. Select the parent and then the children. Control P. There we go. Now let's put this down to 30 frames. We'll put our frame rate to 120. Home. We will then put the camera. We will right click on the Z. So we'll go to the camera mode here so you can see it. We can rotate around it. I think I want the camera to be up higher, and rotate it down. Up high. Can we bring the floor back? Do I still have? It doesn't matter. So never mind. We won't do the rotation down. This. All right, and then we'll right click on the Z rotation for the cam control. We'll do insert keyframe. We'll do single keyframe. And then we will go to the last frame. We'll do 360. Insert keyframe. Okay. Single frame. And then we're gonna hit A in the timeline. We'll hit V. We'll do linear. Hit play. We got the rotation. We can make this invisible to the camera. The cam control invisible to the camera. And then we'll do a play blast here. So we'll do what is it? Control F12. We'll render out these frames. Make it all pixelated looking. And then we'll do F11. Control F11. Wish I remember these. It is yeah. I guess I did wrong. Control F11. We got Spooky Monstera in pixel form. I'm gonna put it to 119. Control F11 again. And we got her rotation. Pretty cool. Super cute. I can see that the pants in the back, the texture doesn't go all the way, so that's something I'll fix tomorrow. I gotta add some more depth to the shirt. Then we gotta do the jacket, which should be fun. Has a lot of reflections and stuff. I think the Crocs read pretty good. I think the line, even though it's like not part of the actual Crocs, does a good job at it not being just one giant block of black. Maybe we can add in the cuts, the cut up stockings. Okay, we have the jacket. I think it looks pretty fun. Then we'll rig it up and we'll make her dance. I think the hair can be adjusted a little more, like the shape of it, and the bangs specifically. But I think it's getting there. We'll redo the eyes. Better texture on the hands. Yeah, the pants part is killing me. I wonder if I could just fix that without doing anything. Hold on. Let's go to let's look at it in here. Isolate this. Can we just repeat this? Can we just go, oh, let me hit file save to make sure that's saved there. Can we go to edit, just select these faces. Figure out where those faces are at in UV editor mode. Oh, I am. Where are the, oh, they're over here. Oh, I think we can fix this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my UV tools. We'll use the straighten tool. There we go. And then we'll morph this because it doesn't really need to look perfect. You really can't see it back there. This way, right? We'll squish it. Oh no, not squish it, we'll elongate it. I think we fixed it. I don't care that it doesn't match. There we go. And if we wanted to, we can, oh, that's not what I meant to do. If we wanted to, we can grab it on the Y. Maybe we can match it to something. Unlikely though. This. Anyway, it's fixed. So I'm cool with that. Nice. I'm gonna get this bottom half here, figure out where that is. And we're gonna put this the black area here. Go. So that's fixed. His hands, I saw something weird here. That's what's weird. That. Cool. I wonder if we could get the legs. And let's see where we have room. Okay. All right. Let's just do this by hand. Got room here to do it. And then we can add in the details on the front of the leg. Look at me. I said I was going to stop, and I'm like, just these small little tweaks. Just these last little tweaks, and then we're done. Last little tweaks. Okay. We're going to paint. Image editor. I always want to call it paint. Control Shift X. The color. Figure out where this is at. There it is. Let's do like this stroke. Like, where's my tools? Where's my smooth stroke? You have a line tool? What is this? Um, let's do a stabilized stroke. It's somewhere around here. Let me just find it. Stroke, stabilize. Go. Let's just do a solid color here. Oh my god, I have to set up the stabilize for the individual. Stabilize stroke here. Do the Do the straightest that I can be here. Look like stockings. Oh. All right. Looks pretty good. Let's get black. Add a line to it. Make it much smaller. Not doing this in Krita is making it, this is not straight, but maybe we'll deal. All right, and then we will get the skin tone, and then we do the cuts, right? But we will take off stabilized stroke. All right. Oh, but she's gonna have symmetrical cuts. Because yeah, we're doubling up on the texture. Maybe we won't do this then. But we could do to add one more layer of depth here. Maybe we just make this a little brighter and then a little highlight at the top here. Nah, looks fine. Now they just look like socks when you add the lines. Do they look like stockings if we add a highlight? The front of these. This. Okay. All right, so what we'll do is we'll add in a super light, um, soft. We'll make it lighter. I wonder if it'll read. We'll do. Nope. Eh. I'm getting it to read here. It's fine. We did the stockings for now. We'll fix them tomorrow. Oh, her legs are like. There we go. Then last thing we'll do is we'll add the shadow right underneath. Yeah. Go. And honestly, could we just add the depth to the shirt now? Okay, stabilize stroke again. All right, that is some depth there. I think the stabilize a little far. I don't think we need to do any sort of other separation. Maybe like the shoulders. Where do the shoulders end? This one. Both of these. I'm gonna no. Stop here. All right. Let's do one last look over and then I'll be ending the stream. So let's look at it through here. Let's hit save. Bring it down. I'm gonna change the thumbnail, so let me make this look different here. Okay. There. Cleaning up the workspace. Okay, save. Now let's do a render. Control 12. We'll render our whole thing in all the pixel fashion since we pixelated it. Jacket's not done, but we'll finish it tomorrow. Do Control 11. And we can play it. Dang. Looking pretty sweet. Like I said, we'll redo the eyes, we'll redo all that stuff. We'll redo I think just the eyes. And then I see that the gradient isn't reaching the back for the black pant part of the pants. Crocs are black, looking good. We got the stocking socks, got the little hands. Looking pretty, it's getting there. It's pretty good. Cool. So this is the end of the stream. Thank you guys for joining me today. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 43 minutes. I did not expect to stream for that long. I'll be finishing. This will probably be finished tomorrow. So, tune in tomorrow to see the finished thing. Because tomorrow I should finish the jacket and all the little details, and then maybe on the stream after that we'll rig it, or I'll rig it offline and then start doing little animations with this like little character. And yeah, so Yeah, maybe we have to figure out that blinking action too. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, a wonderful night or evening. I will be streaming tomorrow, so definitely check in for that. And I hope everybody continues think critically. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.